Storytime, how I found out one of my closest friends was spreading rumors about me.
Goddamn, goddamn, goddamn. Mama taught me good home training. My daddy taught me how to love my haters. My sister told me I should speak my mind. My man made me feel so goddamn fine.
Flashback to little Kamaria in high school. I'm 5'2", you guys, so it really was little Kamaria at the time. I'm sitting in my class right before lunch, and one of my friends comes up to me with some crazy ass news. So my friend walks up to me asking me, "Are you okay? Like, how's everything?" And I was like, "Why? What's up?" I'm thinking she's thinking I'm hungry, because before lunch I used to get real hangry. I was like, I'm sick and tired of these people, sick and tired of the school. I want to be here. And now lunch, that's all I wanted. And she's talking to me about like, "Are you okay? Are you all right?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" So I go, "Okay, girl, like, what's the problem? What's the tea? Like, why are you asking me if I'm okay? Because you keep asking, and I'm good. And, you know, you're talking beyond hungry right now, so what's up?" She goes, "Well, I just have to let you know that in last period, I heard Margaret talking a lot of shit about you." And I said, "Do tell, because I'm ready to confront somebody today. What's up?" So a little context before going into what she said about me. Basically, at the time, I had a really good guy best friend. Me and him would hang out all the time. We'd known each other before I even went to the school. I came to the school new girl and left the school a new girl because no one really wanted to get to know me because I was black at a predominantly white school. Here we go. So my friend proceeds to tell me that she was talking to myself, "Oh, she's always hanging around him. She's always hugging him. I always see them together, leaving school together and going places like what friends do." So I'm like, has she never been friends with the guy before? And the girl who was telling me this, she also knows how me and him are. Like, we aren't doing anything. We weren't romantic. We were really just kicking it, and we were all friends with the same people. So I was the friend with the car. So how am I hogging somebody if they're hopping in my whip? That don't even make no damn sense. So then she proceeds to tell me that she started telling the girls, these girls that I do not know, by the way, that I'm giving BJs, I'm doing all this other craziness, and me and him are low-key on the low hooking up with each other. Mind you, both of our spiritual beliefs at the time were not going to let us go anywhere near our body parts. So I was real confused why Miss was telling everybody that I'm now the school worker. You know what I mean? Working that corner real hard. So I was now pissed off. I'm heated. I'm angry. And I'm hungry. This girl was about to get it next period. So I was really ready and excited for lunch. Side note, this concealer always gives me such a flawless finish. I'm obsessed. And honestly, at the time when I heard that, I was like, dang, are you serious? Like, she's really in last period just talking about me, even though, like, I'm pretty sure we had plans after school that day and everything too. Like, me and old girl we didn't have any issues, at least not that I knew of. Like, I didn't realize that she liked him that much. Like, I had no idea. I mean, I had a little crush on old boy too, which is why we hung out all the time. But we both kind of mutually was like, we're in high school. What are you supposed to do right now? And I was like, yeah, I'm chilling. Like, I had a lot of stuff to do at home anyways. I had my siblings to take care of, my family to deal with. I was parentified. It's just too much. I couldn't deal with that and a guy at the same time. Let's go to part 2 until I can tell you what happened when I confronted her to her face. Part 2 about how I found out one of my closest friends was spreading rumors about me. So basically, my friend's filling me in about all the things she said, calling me the B word, saying I'm a hug, saying I'm a SULT, and all these craziness. And I'm like, really? Like, she's really saying all that craziness before school? Before we're about to see each other? Like, that's wild. And making sure to say it to people that I don't know, so it couldn't come back to me. At least that's what she thought. But that's why I got good friends, and I have one bad friend that clearly I had to get rid of. Adding a little bit more of this concealer because I realized I want a little bit more coverage underneath my eyes, and I'm gonna blend that out real quick. This is such a banger. So now I'm like, all right, I'm ready. I'm revved up. I go to lunch. I grab my food, and I'm sitting down and I'm waiting for her. She don't even know I'm waiting for her. Like, oh God. She over here thinking, oh, we about to be cool. Kiki, yeah, ha ha ha. I'm about to be up in your face. What's up? Before I could even see her, the supposed man of the freaking hour walks up to me. You know, he's chit-chatting with me. He doesn't know anything that's going on right now. He has no idea about all this pick-me energy ass beef that's going on in the air about him. No freaking idea. Now I look to my left, and here she is coming in, hot and ready to say hi. So the second she comes into the lunchroom, she grabs her food, and she tells the girl that's sitting next to him on the other side of me, on the other side of him, to get up, right? So I'm looking at her, and I stand up real quick. I said, so you think it's funny to call me a bitch, right? You think it's good to call me a bitch and then come say hi to me and come kiki in my face, even though you're talking shit about me behind my back? So now she's looking at me dumbfounded. She's like, oh, how did you? And I was like, what do you mean, how did I find out? Because I'm actually good friends, like, unlike you. So she grabs my arm and she starts running away from homeboy so he doesn't hear everything that's going on. Even though I didn't care, I wanted him to know, because why you got these pick-me's after me like this? You really need to start minding your business and watching your P's and Q's, mister. I was tight that day. If she thinks she can check me now, she got a problem because I look good. Ew. So at this point, we're in the cafeteria hallway, and she's like, oh my God, like, I didn't mean it that way. And I was like, so what exactly does hogging a man, being a bitch, and giving, you know, jobs behind the bleachers really mean? Like, what is that? How do you mean that in a nice way? Please explain it to me, right? Because she was really trying to convince me that she meant it in a very kind way. She didn't mean it that way. So I'm like, so how exactly did you mean it, baby? Please explain. So she goes, I don't understand, like, since we're such good friends, like, why can't you just forgive me? Like, obviously this is just a lapse in judgments for me, like, it's my bad. And I was like, what do you, like, how can I ever trust you again after you've done this, like, over some guy? Are you serious? Like, he can't even date either one of us right now, simply because we can't. Like, we're young, we don't have to do all that, and he damn sure you're not gonna date you. She wanted him to convert religions for her at one point. Like, baby, you're delusional. She starts hysterically crying. I mean, bawling her eyes out in the middle of this hallway, dropped to her knees. You have to forgive me. I don't understand. I can't understand why you're not forgiving me. It's not even that big of a deal. I don't understand what the problem is. I'm like, what? So then, without me even noticing, one of my friends grabs her, picks her up, and throws her into the bathroom. Part 3 is already up. Last part to me telling you about how I confronted my friend who was spreading rumors about me. So my friend yanks her into the bathroom and goes, honey, you're not about to do this right now. You're not about to try to make her look bad and play the victim. And I was like, oh, you got that? And I was like, period. Because I really was not trying to argue with her. Since my friend was very aware, since I was there wasn't a lot of black people in my school. My school was very, very racist. If they saw somebody else crying, I was the person who supposedly hit them, did this, and that, simply because I was black. Like, my teachers made no exception. If the students in my school were to call any of the black people the N-word, monkey, or anything, the black person that's getting called that is going to get in trouble 9 times out of 10 instead of them. And she was very aware of her privilege at the time. Of course she was, because she was born with it. Why not, right? So at this point, she's still screaming and crying, screaming, why won't she just forgive me? Like, I don't understand what the issue is. At this point, I'm like, girl, we're just not friends. But she goes, we're not gonna be friends after this. Are you serious? I've never seen someone so spoiled with their temper and their reaction to things. Like, of course, if you did a bad thing, I'm not going to reward you. Are you dumb? Obviously, we were not going to have some type of breakthrough in this bathroom. She proceeds to go to the guidance office, and one of the girls that was also one of my friends that was friends with her was like, oh my God, how could you make her cry? And I was like, why would I make someone cry? Do I look like the type of person to make someone cry? She was like, look like maybe, I don't know, but like, I'm just saying she's crying harder than you are. And I was like, why would I be crying? It was just some little bullying, but she shouldn't have said what she said. That girl to this day still believes that I made her cry somehow, some way in that damn hallway. And I'm like, all right, whatever. That's up to you, babe. After that, I was good. I was like, okay, I don't need to talk to you anymore. I'm not confronting you like every single day about this. You're just not my friend, plain and simple. Apparently, she then ran to social media with those other 2 girls that I did not really know. One was literally, both of them was a school thought. So I was confused how my name was being called when these bitches is hoes, but whatever. So I'm like, all right. They go to social media. My friend who also told me about them talking to rumors also sends me their social media posts. I post back like, are you guys seriously still dragging this out? Like, it has to be dead. This bitch literally dragged out our beef all the way until senior year. She just kept talking about me and talking about me and talking about me and talking about me to the point where even my guy best friend was like, yo, I'm really sick and tired of hearing about her talking about you. And I was like, well, you're not a good enough friend for me either, because you're not saying shit when she's talking about me. That year had a lot of cutoffs, and I was grateful for it. After all that, she ran and told everybody that I was mad at her for throwing a Cheez-It at me in Spanish class, even though that was obviously not true. I was mad at her for spreading rumors and lies about me. But it's okay, because even to this day, she still stalks all of my social media accounts on all 3 of her social media accounts. I just recently had to block all 3 of them. Hey, babe. How you doing, Margaret? Still doing good? Still lying on everybody? Still lurking? Anyways, that was my story time. Have a great day, guys.